Welcome back, guys, to an honest review of Ninja Gaiden 4. And before I begin, let me say that as a longtime fan, this new entry was able to bring back some nostalgia with interest. Ninja Gaiden 4 is the 7th mainline installment to the hack and slash series by Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, but this time they brought additional help to deliver this banger. Developer Platinum Games, known for their work such as Bayonetta, Nier Automata, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, Astro Chain, and many more, answered the call, and the rest is history. If you've been keeping up with me though on Twitch and social media, I'm sure you have, you might have seen me talk about my progress and my thoughts on things within the chapters. I tried not to spoil it, but now that I've completed the game, everything right here that we're going to talk about is going to be front and center, and I hope you enjoy it. First, let's talk about the story. I've said before that the story isn't expected to be a 10 out of 10 by any means, but as a direct sequel to Ninja Gaiden 3, it blows it away easily. You might think that's not saying much, but it actually is. Gamers get familiar with the new protagonist Yakumo, who is from the Raven clan that does most of their work from the shadows. That typical ninja shit. Things start to change when Yakumo meets this mysterious priestess he's supposed to eliminate, known as Sayori. She tells him that there is another way to get rid of the Dark Dragon without killing her, which piques his interest. Mentioning his clan's prophecy could be interpreted another way, Yakumo spares her, and their journey begins. You traverse many environments, from cyberpunk Tokyo to mountain shrines and back to the familiar grounds of the underworld. We're very familiar with this in Ninja Gaiden games. Underworld changes every time. Piece by piece, you start to realize how things are similar to the 2004 entry of Ninja Gaiden. I'm sure people were putting stuff together when they were playing it, but with the new protagonist at the helm. Two characters return despite the focus shift, and they are both Ryu Hayabusa and Ayane. It wouldn't be Ninja Gaiden without Hayabusa, clearly, and he lives up to the moniker of Super Ninja by testing Yakumo in the game as an antagonist and playable character later in the game. I will say that his combat is more advanced after adding the Gleam stance to his arsenal to pull off more moves with the True Dragon Sword. This man literally does not need any other weapon, so if he's just crazy with the True Dragon Sword, just wait until the DLC drops of the two masters and he gets way more weapons. It's gonna be insane. Taking apart enemies was just easy when I was using Hayabusa, and that's crazy. That's crazy, but I love Hayabusa for what he is. As far as Ayane goes, she undergoes a change from the eyes of the Platinum Games developer. I want people to really know that you should not take this as extreme as you think it is when you see Ayane. I mean, Ayane is a bit older now, no longer sporting her headband to accompany her long hair, but keeps the butterfly kunai and swords as weapons. Her clothing is in line with the cyberpunk theme of the game and has been open to criticism from many, but overall it's a top 3 design. It fits, Ninja Gaiden 4. It doesn't fit Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, or 3 even. It just doesn't. 4 is where it's at, and I'm cool with that. It looks great. That's it. So she returns to assist Hayabusa with his mission and does a little something for Yakumo, but it's not too much to worry about. She's not playable as of this video, but who knows what could happen in the future. Down the line, she might even have a DLC. In the end, however, the game definitely had some good ideas on how they wanted the story to go. And I will say that this entry ends the saga, or at least one saga of Ninja Gaiden. But, it was just horribly executed. And I don't think many people want to say that because they want the game to do good and get a sequel. But it's going to get a sequel just for being, Ninja Gaiden. We might have to wait many years, but it is what it is. Anyway, moving on from there, let's talk about the combat. Now, many gamers play Ninja Gaiden for the combat only, and I can say that if that's their aim, then they're in for something really damn good. Like Hayabusa in the early games, Yakumo starts with a limited moveset before gaining more during the playthrough. You really have to play the game to get better, and I do recommend starting on, your preferred difficulty so you can get these moves and make it fun. But you buy these moves, and the signature Azuna drop returns with both characters being able to use it. even though I feel like that should be a Hayabusa exclusive. This is like Hayate doing the Azuna drop in DOA, which would feel wrong, but that's just my opinion. Nonetheless, everything is very fast-paced in combat, whether you're using the new Blood Raven stance to break enemy guards or adding it as part of your string of combos. It's devastating how much you can do by utilizing what it has to offer. And there's like many options in the Blood Raven stance. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna press the R button and, you know, the punch, or the, you know, the weak punch or strong punch, and just be done with it. Like, you could just add so much more, and you'll see the options on the move list. So, you know, every day, even now, I'm figuring out something new and trying my hand at it. The game has a training mode, which some frown upon, but I find it great for newcomers who don't want to jump into things prematurely. Practice your combos and get a grip on things so you don't go dying out there. Like, I've died plenty of times, trust me. Speaking of, let's get on that difficulty real quick. The game has 4 to choose from: Hero, Normal, Hard, and Master Ninja. Hero is for those looking to enjoy the story. Normal is for the upcoming casuals who enjoy a decent challenge. Hard is for veterans, and Master Ninja is for those who seek death's embrace.
Ain't that a bit?
My first playthrough was on hard mode, and I can't tell you how many times I died due to enemies jumping the hell out of me or just poor skill choices. Like, it happens, it really does. I say don't underestimate this game giving you a challenge no matter what you play on. Once you have the combat mechanics down, things will get easier, but not Sesame Street easy. If you're not ready for the big leagues, then take the easy road for now, is all I'm saying. Those looking to enjoy the story, just put it on Hero. And those who looking to, you know, up their game, just, you know, slowly make your way to Master Ninja, because we're all gonna get there eventually. So there's that. The last point of discussion is about the modes you can choose before and after finishing the game. Ninja Gaiden 4 comes with a chapter select, which is always a relief because going back to certain points in the story normally requires starting from the beginning. Chapter select is a great tool when needing to go back to points where you have missed key items and treasures. This also ties into another mode called Purgatory, which you will come across during your playthrough. It is a mode where you select a round that you believe you can take on and fight waves of enemies to get rewards. The final mode is Trials, which comes in 2 choices: boss and combat. The first choice needs no explanation. It's a mode fighting all the bosses in the game, while the second option involves defeating all enemies under different circumstances. You know, try to do that or do those trials once you beat the game, because that way you know enemy patterns and how to adjust yourself and what you're going, you know, getting into, and just take it from there. But in conclusion, after beating the game and everything, Ninja Gaiden 4 definitely deserved the 8 that it got. I mean, the combat mechanics, the visuals, and some of the OST. Even though I didn't speak on the OST in this video a lot, but in my post on X, I did mention that the game should leave the lyrical soundtracks to openings and credits only. I feel like they are better suited for those, and instrumentals in the game were just pretty fantastic. The visuals are also fantastic if you've been paying attention to everything in the background on this video. But I do have a gripe with the cyberpunk theme and how the rain hits the character clothing. It looks so weird. Like, I don't know, it doesn't look like actual raindrops. I mean, I know it's hard to actually do that, like render it, I guess you should say, but I don't know. This was definitely more Platinum Games influence, with Team Ninja's characters being licensed, but that's just how I see it. I believe Team Ninja did most of the supervising, if I'm not mistaken, and Platinum Games probably just did their thing, and all the designers and stuff was like Platinum Games and all that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Holla at your boy.